I am now creating weekly exclusive content for Patreon, so if you are interested in that, go check out the link down below. And of course, if you want to avoid the random lottery of FIFA points, you want to go straight to the source, buy the players directly, use u7buy.com and use the code TVM at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another player review. I was meant to get this out yesterday. Unfortunately, or fortunately, whichever way you look at it, EA decided in the middle of the night they were going to upgrade Diaby to an 95 from his 92. It only took them 3 days, so nice, fast and efficiency there. I wanted to do that, basically. I've been waiting for it for 3 days, so as soon as it came around, I did it. I wanted to complete Fabinho on my Road to Glory account. We did that, spoiler alert, that video went out last night. I managed to complete it for next to nothing, really, because I used an awful lot of upgrade players. I went and did 81 pluses where applicable. I didn't want to spend money on the cards. I just did them wherever I got them. I've done a lot of bronze to silver, and then obviously bronze to silver upgrades. Got loads of common golds, did a load of 82 to 88, and here we are, really. Nice looking card. I mean, I'm a Liverpool fan, so you can argue that I'm biased. It's a video game. If he's crap, I'm going to tell you he's crap. So 3-star, not happy about that, really. I mean, if you were to use him as a CDM, it's not the end of the world that he's 3-star, but it would be nice to have a better weak foot. But, you know, it is what it is. We just have to deal with it, right? He has a high defensive work rate, which is good. He's 6'2", which is okay, and a high and average body type. Now, I'm going to compare him a little bit to Axel Witsel because that is my current CDM. So is he better or worse than the flashback? I think they offer different things. The thing to take away really is they do feel quite similar in game because they are both quite tall. So they're not like the most agile of players. They are tall and they are going to be able to do a job in there as a CDM, and a very good job as well. But without a chem style, let's talk about his stats first and foremost. 84 acceleration, 87 sprint speed. Over the Team of the Year nominee, that's a 17 boost, which is, I mean, that's a pretty generous boost. In fact, he goes up by 17 in shooting, 13 passing, 12 dribbling, 9 defending, and 9 physical. That's a big boost over the 86. And of course, this could go higher. If Liverpool get a point against Man City, he goes to a 93. If they beat Man City, he goes to a 95. So that's pretty damn good, if you ask me. How good would it be? And I know I'm just saying this because Liverpool have just won the league, but how good would it be that if, not just for the Premier League, but for every league, if a team wins it, so I'll use Liverpool as an example because I think they're the only team in Europe right now who are actually, Bayern Munich are confirmed champions as well, so this applies to everyone, but how awesome would it be if at the end of the season, or as soon as a team is crowned champions, the pre-existing cards, all of them, no matter what version they are, they all get a +1 or a +2, but maybe that would be a little bit too overpowered for certain cards. When you look at, I don't know, Team of the Season Lewandowski, for example, he can't go up to a 90 or 100, so we'll just leave him at 99. But cards like Fabinho, if he stays at 92, he would go to a 93. And all of the cards for Liverpool would go up by 1. All of them for Bayern Munich would go up by 1. Just something I'm throwing out there. I don't know. That would be a cool idea. You know, like they did for Leicester, they gave them all hero cards. You know, they're not going to do that for Liverpool because it's not really that much of a surprise that they've won the league. Leicester came out of absolutely nowhere. That's why they all got hero cards. I just think it'd be cool to sort of commemorate people or teams winning leagues, regardless of whether they were meant to or whatever. Anyway, let's talk about the cards, shall we? Really good defensive stats. I mean, like a super top solid defender. Without a chem style, you've still got 95 slide tackle, 96 stand tackle, 93 defensive awareness, and 98 interceptions. Apart from the agility and balance, you've got unreal dribbling as well. I mean, 98 reactions, 98 composure, and then 95 ball control. He doesn't need to dribble the ball, so the 88 is fine. It's just an all-round very good card. He can go forward, he can come back, he can play almost anywhere. Not ideal that obviously this year's meta is shorter, more agile players. It does mean that Fabinho is not going to be anywhere near as good as he was in FIFA 19. That card in FIFA 19, even the base card, was he 83 rated? He might have been. Was he 83? I used him for 300 games, and I had him in the team nearly at the end of the year, which obviously by that time he was probably behind the curve. Well, he definitely was, but I got on with him. I really liked him. I thought he was a very, very good player, so I kept him in there. This year, it's kind of like, he's a good card. He is a very good card, but I feel like you'd get more out of him as a centre-back. And that right there is the reason why I did this SBC on my road to glory. I wanted to slot him in as a centre-back to replace my Joe Gomez. Now, I have a lot of coins on the road to glory, but I'm very cheap and I don't like spending them. I've only just gone out and bought a player for enjoyment because I kind of forced myself to. But either way, go check out the road to glory if you don't know what I'm talking about. But I wanted Fabinho to upgrade my road to the final Joe Gomez. Of course, Liverpool were knocked out of the competition by Atletico, so it means he can't get upgraded more than an 85. So that means Fabinho is going to come in there on 7 chem, and he's going to do the job that Joe Gomez did, but hopefully he's going to do it better. He's got pace, he's got the reactions and the composure, he's got great defensive stats and unreal physical, and he can pass out from the back. High defensive work rate as well. There isn't realistically a reason why Fabinho wouldn't work as a centre-back. With that in mind, of course, you've seen the chem style used. However, an anchor wouldn't be completely against what I want to do here because it turns him into a 97 rated centre-back. Of course, you don't get the full boost because he's only got 7 chem. Not sure if there's a way to get him on 8 chem. I think what I would have to do is maybe get links to him from every direction. He will eventually have Roberto Firmino in front of him as well. I haven't quite done that yet because I'm still building and upgrading and things, but yeah, this isn't a Road to Glory episode, I promise. I will start talking about what he's good at, what he's bad at. But in terms of chem styles, you can use one of like 3 or 4. It depends where you want to play him. As a centre-back, like I say, the Anchor is probably one of the best. The Guardian is another good option. And the reason for that is because you get an extra bit of agility. You get 10 agility, which means on the Jockey, he's going to feel not very agile, that's a lie. He's going to feel better than what he does without it. Of course, I've used him without. He felt okay. As a CDM, which I'm guessing is where primarily most people will want to use him, as a CDM without a chem style, not bad, but not great because of that mobility. He is, or rather feels, quite slow in the sense of running with the ball, which you'd expect because of his height, because he's only got sort of mid-80s for pace. We're used to using the high-end 90 pace players. I mean, I reviewed the RB not a few hours ago, but you know what I mean, in terms of videos, like 2 videos ago, right? Or 3 videos ago. So that card, going from that to going to this, and giving Fabinho the ball and trying to find out what I like about him, what I don't like about him, just feels really slow. But that's kind of to be expected. As a CDM, I told him to stay back while attacking, and he did that very well. Not once did he really want to venture forward unless I told him to. And of course, in the clips that you've seen so far, you may have seen him venture forward. And again, like I'm saying, I'm telling him to do that. The reason I'm telling him to do it is A, because content, trying to get him to go forward to see what he's all about. His shot power is unreal. His attack positioning is still decent at 88. That's a good stat. And of course, he does have 81 long shots. You can put a gladiator on him if you really want to. Not that I would recommend it because you don't get a big enough boost in the long shots. But if you want to put a gladiator on him and you want to use him as like a box-to-box midfielder, again, I wouldn't really recommend it because his mobility just isn't there. Like I use Modric there, who's unreal in terms of like mobility, and he's not like the quickest of players, but he does feel very good on the ball. His drag backs are good. I still feel like I need a little bit more snap and a little bit more zip in the midfield. So using Fabinho there would just not be an option. So Gladiator, if you do want to do that, if you're feeling a little bit crazy, he'll be pretty good in front of goal. But, you can't really go wrong with either the Anchor, the Guardian, a Backbone, or a Powerhouse. Powerhouse might be a bit of a waste because of the passing doesn't really need to be toned or tuned up or whatever, boosted, increased, improved. But it does turn him into a 98 rated CDM. You are going to get a very good card out of this regardless of whether Liverpool beat Man City on Thursday or not. And it's kind of the similar situation with Phil Foden. Phil Foden, I think, would benefit more from the upgrade than Fabinho would, because Phil Foden has a couple of sort of underlying issues that can only really be addressed by boosting the stat rather than having the chem style. Fabinho's mobility issue is always going to be there, even if he gets the 95 and EA decide to give him 4-star, 4-star and boost his agility to 99 and his balance to 99. Because of his height and the way that FIFA 20 works, he's still not going to feel unreal, and he's still not going to feel as agile as a 5'10 player with the same stats, just the way FIFA is. Having said that, they're not going to boost it that high because it's EA. He will get +3 on agility and +3 on balance. It'll go to 80 and 80 if we're lucky. Even then, though, It'll be a decent little upgrade. Do I think he's worth completing? If he fits your team, absolutely. However, small disclaimer, doesn't really have any traits. The mobility is noticeable. And the pace, of course, when you try and dribble with a ball, yeah, bit of a problem. Brilliant interceptor of the ball. I mean, just everyone bounces off him. He tackles everyone. The weak foot is annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Stays in position, goes forward when you tell him to, comes back when you tell him to. Passing is on point. Physicals are unreal. It is an all-round very good card. A couple of issues, but a very good card. Hopefully, Liverpool get the win for more than one reason, and he can get a 95. Even if it does go the other way, it's not the end of the world. Liverpool have still won the league, and Foden will benefit from that boost anyway. We'll have to see what happens. Let me know what you think the result is going to be in the comments. Let me know whether you've done Fabinho or not, and if you have done, how do you think he plays? If you have enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.